folks. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Dawn. Mansplaining the Handmaid's Tale. Alright, folks. Well, as y'all might recall, I said last time I'd probably be doing the finale today, but that was when I thought there was 10 episodes in the season. We are starting off with episode 9 tonight, but there are 13. We're prepared to go for all of them, but I don't know if we'll have time, so we'll see where we're at after 3. But alrighty then, and of course as usual, we're playing a little bit of Mario Golf here. Got Ninja here, and we got 3 computer players on the champ mode to give me more time, but alrighty then, let's see. Okay then. Well, let's get to it then, because we don't have much time. As you might recall, last episode, the baby Angela was sick, and Serena bent the rules to help, and it didn't really help, but then the baby wasn't sick at the end because Janine. Sure, Alright. So we start off. Rita gathers June, saying the commander needs to talk to her. And she finds out Fred and Serena are going out of town. They are heading to Canada for a little while on a diplomatic mission. The young guardian Isaac is going to be looking out after everybody. Because even Nick is going out on this trip, so. Alright, Serena doesn't really want to go, but Fred is like, yeah, look, these people are kind of questioning how we treat women, so I need a woman to be sitting there going, this is awesome. So, you need to go. Alrighty. Oh, of course, before she leaves, Serena tells June, hey, as soon as that baby's born, you know you're out of this damn house, because I'm sick of looking at you. Which, of course, Serena hates. Let's see here. Canada. They are up in Canada. And, of course, Moira, as y'all recall, has been up and close and personal with Fred. Sees him on the TV like, oh, motherfucker, hey, why don't we go arrest him? And, of course, the problem is that, like, yeah, it's not really our country, you know? So, yeah. So, Fred and Serena get to meet with with all the Canadians. Alright. And Serena's given her schedule. And Serena tells the female guide about how wonderful it is, and, you know, the female guide is like, yeah, like, I like to cook, but who has the time with work? Like, oh, yeah. Oops, I used to do that. Alrighty. Oh, so back home there, Janine is told by Opera about Serena's plan to kick her out as soon as the baby arrives, and Janine gets mouthy with the Guardian, and the Guardian smacks her up, and then Isaac's got to get them out of there. You know, again, like, it seems like the Guardians are the only ones who have any kind of, sort of, almost a good deal out of this. I mean, at least they get to smack people around, push people around. Oh, let's see. Oh, Serena is not having a fun time up in Canada. She's not liking the way the Canadians are looking at her, because they're all looking at her as basically a traitor to her gender. And up in a bar, Serena meets Mark, who is definitely going to show back up at some point in the future, but Good old Mark Toole, or whatever the fuck his last name was, offers Serena a way out. Says we can have you on a plane to Honolulu friggin' in an hour. Which, of course, does actually so that verifies what I figured. How Hawaii is the other state that is still America. So yeah, I kind of figured that. I was gonna say, I believe I forgot to mention before, there was like a scene where like this kid in Canada that escaped up to there said like, yeah, I was in the army and like they just told us one day, now you're the Guardians, and I had to escape that. Which I was gonna say, like that kind of. I am gonna need some explanation of how they took over the country, man, because this just doesn't seem realistic at all. But we'll see. Trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but the benefit of the doubt is really, really kind of I'm losing it, you know. All right, just a second here, folks. Okay. Of course, there's a little 9 there. Serena says to Mark, "Oh, you think I would betray my country? Like, yeah, I already did it once." Oh, but Mark does offer hers. All right, this is the other part. All right, so I'm still wondering what's going on with the fertility crisis. Like, really, in reality. All right, like, because, I get the religious nut jobs of just blaming it on women, but the reality is it's probably like both, or, well, in this fiction world, it's probably the men. But, like, yeah. Mark tells her, like, yeah, so we're actually using science instead of religious bullshit, and, like, we could probably get you a real baby. Which, given everything else about her, I'm kind of surprised she didn't go for that. That seems to be her whole goal. But, oh, righty then. So, Nick, while up in Canada, finds Luke. Oh, shit, there's an interesting dynamic. Luke, I imagine, recognizes Nick from the TV as Red's driver, because he seems to automatically know who he is. They have a good back and forth. Nick tells Luke that she's pregnant, but that it's Waterford's and not his. But I mean, the kid's going to Waterford, allegedly, But yeah, and Nick gives Luke the pile of letters. All right. So Moira and Luke take the letters and they like release them on the internet. And the next morning, Fred and Serena are waking up to the Canadians telling them, "Yep, you guys are no longer welcome in Canada. Get the hell out. More sanctions are coming." Oh, look at that. Nice. So, to a huge crowd of protests, the Waterfords are taken out of the country, kicked out of Canada. All them letters got released on the internet. Now Gilead is in deep shit. So, they go back home, and Nick tells June, "Yeah, bitch, it was me. I did it. I gave them letters to Luke. I met Luke. And good guy." Alright, Leon. Okay then. Basically, yeah. So that is the end of episode 9. Alright, folks, before we get into episode 10, just want to take a second to remind you, wherever you're watching this, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit all of them. Just hit the buttons. Hit the dislike button if you want. Whatever, as long as you're interacting. That's what matters. But very much the share button. That is what we want. The share button. So go for that. Share it. Alrighty then. Episode 10 opens up and we are in the ceremony. And it is a nice, funny scene where Emily's in the middle of getting raped, and then, the commander gets off of her and sits on and goes and has a heart attack. And the wife is like, oh my god, go get help. And, Emily's just like, yeah, I ain't doing that. I'll just lie on my back. Gives a better chance of pregnancy. And then when the wife's gone and the commander's down, she goes over and kicks him in the ribs a couple times. Really like Emily. Emily is how I would imagine most of them would react. Or should. You know? Straight up. Well, we do get Emily talking with June, and real depressing. Emily says, I'm not really my kid's mother anymore. I haven't seen him in years. Oh, boy. Might be a little bit of foreshadowing going on there, but sad nonetheless. June goes into labor. Oh boy, that's starting to get it. Yeah, we get a whole fucking thing that starts with this. Oh, Fred is talking with his buddies, and we are introduced to Commander Horace. Newly promoted Commander Horace, okay? Now, if I am interpreting this correctly, Commander Horace was promoted after successfully knocking up his wife, okay? So this is starting to kind of make a little bit more sense. Like Waterford wanted to promote Nick, and then he's suddenly getting married. Alright. And then, I don't know, maybe married dudes must have a better spot, and then, I don't know, maybe you knock her up and, bam, but I don't know. But Horace, a little bit of foreshadowing going on there. Fred's like, oh, no Handmaid for you, huh? It's like, yeah, hopefully, someday all the commanders will be like that. Ooh, ouch. Serena is sitting there with all of her wife friends fucking I don't know, I guess she's pretending to be pregnant. I guess I have heard of sympathy pregnancy, but I don't think that's what this is. Where the man kind of acts like a pregnant woman as yeah, but that's not what this is. This is definitely her just being a crazy bitch. Oh. Alrighty then, but it turns out false labor. Oh shit. False labor, that sucks. Man, Serena is getting impatient about it too. Oh boy. Serena wants June gone, and June kind of asks help. June asks Fred for help, and she's like, "Hey, I know you want me gone from your daughter, but can you move me to the district with my other daughter, Hannah? That'll keep me out, and maybe if that's within your power." And boy, Fred did not like that. The if that's within your power part. Okay. That's when Fred's like, "Oh shit, I spoiled you. Oh shit." Of course, that's when June tells Fred, "Yeah, also, by the way, the baby ain't yours." Oh shit. Fred's pissed off. And he goes and talks to June, or Serena, who is equally pissed off. And they're sitting there like, "Oh, well, I guess the best thing to do is wait for the baby to come out naturally. We can't induce labor, or the doctor won't induce labor." Oh. So Fred and Serena decide, "Alright, this is again. I don't know if this is a real thing or not. I probably should Google it. You know what? Alright, so we'll do this in a second. But what they do is Fred goes in there and they just straight rape her this time. And I mean, this ain't no fancy ceremony. This is like Serena holds that bitch down and Fred goes to town. Like, straight up. And apparently this is to induce labor. Alexa, will having sex with a pregnant woman induce labor?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alright, well, Alexa doesn't know. I don't know either. But if that's a thing, let me know in the comments section. But that's what I figured they was doing. They was raping her to induce labor. Oh, wow, what did somebody... It must have used one of his stupid special moves. Oh, alright then. Okay. Well, it doesn't induce labor, and now Alfred's super fucked up. But now we got another problem. Nick's wife, Evie, ends up kissing our guardian, Isaac. Oh, shit. And then she runs home and she sobbingly confesses to Nick, who, yeah, straight up doesn't really give a shit. Because he doesn't really want to be in this stupid marriage anyways, because he's like fucking 15 years older than this girl. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and Eden's all like, "Yeah, you gotta think for that handmaid, don't ya?" Oh, shit. There's gonna be some trouble with that. But we ain't have to go back to that because Fred's got a job for Nick and a surprise for June. Yeah, he wanted to make things right after the violent rape yesterday. So he has June go with Nick for a surprise. Alright. Of course, the whole car ride, Nick is like trying to like, yo, June, like, what the fuck happened? You know, why are you crazy right now? Because I mean, she's got the crazy eyes because of ridiculous trauma that she suffered, right then. Okay. But they get to the house, and Nick's like, yeah, we got just a little bit of time here, so let's go. And they go inside, and oh my god, it's Hannah inside of there. Oh shit. June gets to talk to Hannah, and Hannah remembers June. Hannah is like, yo, why didn't you find me? A little mad about that, but then she's like, oh, don't worry, mommy. I got new parents now. Oh, reminiscent of earlier, what Emily said. Oh, shit, that's gotta hurt. But her new parents take care of her. What is that? Alrighty, well, basically, after like way too long, because I mean the whole time the people are telling those two like telling them like, hey, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. You only got like 10 minutes, and she probably took like 20 or so with the kid, because you can't really blame her for that. Just saying, but maybe they really should have gone faster. Because, well, the kid and the mom, the new mom, they end up leaving. And then they go back in the house to hide, but, well, Hybrid hides in the house, but Nick is like, oh shit, there's some guardians coming. So, friggin' June's hiding in the house, and friggin' Nick goes out there, and he's all like, oh, hey guys, I was just securing the house. And they were like, bullshit, ain't nobody supposed to be in there. Whoop Nick's ass and throw him in the back and drive off. Well, fuck. June's a little fucked right now. It kind of looks like. Because she's basically ready to pop any minute now, and she's out in the middle of nowhere, and now there ain't nobody there to help her. And that is the end of episode 10. Now, this kind of, I mean, I get that, like, I guess that's the problem with being a part of the secret police. The eyes, you can't, like, you can't really wave your dick around like that, but, I mean, at the same time, Oh, I guess Nick isn't quite so untouchable, would be the point. Alright. Oh boy. Alright, folks, as we go along here, let's take a moment. Check out there and make a little shout out to a friend of the show, Dubby Energy Drink. Man, got a lot of mansplaining to do, and some Dubby will definitely help out with that. Gives you that kind of energy and focus. Alright? It's that kind of focus you need when you gotta mansplain something, bro. Takes focus to mansplain shit. Alright, almost. Bam. Alright. And of course, as always, folks, you can go to the link in the description of this video. Use the promo code TDDD for the daily dose of dawn. Get 10% off your order. Tell you what, man, that's not a bad deal. You get that just for listening to this show. Not only do you get the Handmaid's Tale Mansplained to you, but you get 10% off your energy drinks now. That's a good deal, man. Alrighty. Well, let's get back to it. We'll see where we're at after the end of this episode, but... Episode 11. June is all alone. In the house. What can she do? We get a flashback, of course. We get a bunch of flashbacks, really, about her and Hannah leaving her at school. We get a cool scene. She goes in the garage and finds the car and, like, turns on the radio and, like, here's, like, the Canadian radio, like, yeah, fuck Gilead. Fuck them, and we all love the people who hate them. Which that would be very nice to hear in that situation. Alright. So she packs up a bag and she's got and changes her dress. Heads out to the garage. But the problem is she can't get the garage door open. And on top of that, like, basically, she tries to drive through it, and the garage door won't be driven through by the car either. Alright, so she gives up on that, goes back in the house, and Fred and Serena arrive. They don't seem to have any clue of what happened to Nick. Okay. The only thing they know is they basically think they run around the house and they're like, they find Alfred's dress. So Serena's immediately like, oh my god, fucking her and Nick ran off together. Which makes sense. And they get a great conversation where, like, I don't know. Fred is crazy, man. Because I'll give it his point. He's been nicer to June than, like, Serena has been, but it's still like, dude, you very, very violently raped her yesterday. And you've done a lot of other super fucked up shit. I mean, Serena has also done some super fucked up shit. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Tell me in the comment section which is worse. Wow, that was a nice fucking shot. But tell me in the comment section which one is worse. People getting raped or not, or having your child, like, behind glass and you can't fucking see them. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Alrighty. But yeah, the Fred and Serena, they're pretty fucking freaking the fuck out because they're like, oh shit, we're gonna get put up on the wall for this, man. People are not gonna buy that she was kidnapped twice. Like, fuck, man. Serena opens up a little bit more without like, yo, the only reason I went around with your bullshit was because you promised me a baby and we're gonna get that baby and fucking, I want that fucking baby. She is baby fucking crazy. That's why that's why I don't get why she didn't go for the American dude. She really, really wants a baby. I think she would go for that. I don't know. Alright, so they leave pissed the fuck off. Okay, that's when June tries to open the garage door and then tries to drive through it and no luck, nothing. Guys, while Fred and Serena, June's got the shotgun on him. She's got a shotgun. Thinking about whether or not to shoot him. She probably should have shot him. But alright. So she figures out she ain't going nowhere. She ain't getting that car out of the garage. And basically, she starts having contractions then and is like, oh, fuck, not now. So she gets back in the house. She's got a wolf out there. She's got wildlife to deal with. This ain't good. You know? So she basically ends up, well, yeah, before she goes into labor, totally, she goes outside with the shotgun, alright? And she fires a couple of presumably bird shot into the air to signal for help. Because, she's like going into labor and, what the fuck else can you do? She's probably like, yeah, escape ain't happening right now, so I guess we're doing this. But, yeah, she fires him off into the air. She goes back into the house, goes right into labor, and baby Holly is born. And that is the end of the episode. I would also point out the episode had several flashbacks to her pregnancy with Hannah, where her mother was talking about how, like, oh, I did the pregnancy without drugs and all that. And Hannah's like, yeah, fuck that shit. I want the drugs. Well, she just did this labor without a person or any drugs or anything. This was like about as natural as it gets. About the only advantage she had was she already did one. So, I mean, at least she knew what to expect. Alrighty, folks, I am probably going to stop there for this episode just because I don't have very much of this game left. But I am gonna, number one, alright, I'll own up to this. I was wrong. I predicted that baby wasn't getting born. But, yeah, it got born. End of the episode. Alright, I was a little confused, honestly, like, at the end of this, like, I was hesitant to do this episode until I at least watched the next episode, because I was like, there was some weird wording. I was kind of like, was the baby actually born or not? But it was born, and yes. Oh, boy. Oh. So what we'll probably do is for the Spotify version, we'll end it right here. Cut it off. And the next episode will be the final 2 episodes of the season. plus a little bit of prediction and analysis. So we'll probably have that out for you pretty quickly. I do like to do a fortnight in between, but, we'll probably just do another one of these pretty quickly with it. Alright, folks, if you're listening on Spotify, as always, keep up to date with what's going on with your daily dose of Dawn. And those of you on YouTube, howdy doody, it's Dawn After Dark. Totally whooping everybody's ass here, by the way. Yeah, when I do the next episode, it'll be the pro course, though, and I will not do anywhere near as well. Honestly, I probably should have done the pro course, and then it might have taken long enough for me to do all 5 episodes. Oh, well. I still gotta admit, man, the pacing on this show is amazing. It really is. Like, I wish Marvel could do this. Like, every time I'm just about like, I'm starting to get bored. Like, it really does, like, just pick back up with some what the fuck moment that just makes me go, wow, cool. Alright, wow. I never would have thought of that. Oh boy. Lots of holes in one this one around, huh, folks? Oh, what am I? Oh, crap. Alright. Wow, that is a strong, strong wind, too. Yeah. Alrighty. Last hole. Last chance for a super impressive hole-in-one. Let's go, King Bob-omb. Make the highlight reel. He tried. Alright, so... Yeah, I'm with Wario. I was about to say go a little bit higher than that. I mean, honestly, oh shit, I can super shot it. I was probably way too over. Yeah, it was. Well, you know what? You can do that when you're like 4 points ahead. Yeah, take that, Mario. It's not like you guys are gonna. There. And bam again with ya. And then bam again with me. Bogey. Par. And bing bong boom. Alrighty. Well, looks like that will do it for today, folks. And remember, the revolution will be televised, and it will be right here on the Daily Dose of Dawn.